break earlier, so I'll give you the show.
Yes.
If you've already covered your plants, you're probably okay to leave them covered through the weekend.
Well, good thing I didn't cover any plants.
So that's no problem for you.
I just brought mine inside.
I think people are just over it. They just have coveritis, you know?
Well, I also think that after, 2021, and now we're seeing this yearly, we have kind of this winter storm come through. People
Every
are
year.
starting to buy more native plants, a little bit more robust, and just saying, okay, I'm going to foot the bill if they die.
When it comes to wrapping pipes, too, I'll give you this quick story, then we can move on. As we've established in the first hour, I'm lazy. I wrapped my pipes really well and then left that wrap on it for like 2.5 years. And then when they cut the wrap off, it had gotten moist because it was towels and it had ended up rusting pipes. So when this weather does pass, take the wrapping off your pipes.
Christmas lights are still up.
You know me. All right. That being said, Celeste, you're back, which means we can go into the headlines.
KPRC reports dozens of protesters gathered at Houston City Hall Tuesday, calling on the city council to end all cooperation with immigration and customs enforcement, also known as ICE, amid nationwide outrage over recent federal agent shootings. About 100 people filled the council chambers, shouting at council members and urging the city to cut ties with federal immigration enforcement. The demonstrations in Houston come amid nationwide outrage after ICE agents shot and killed 2 people in Minneapolis earlier this month, the same situation that we have been talking about. Activists say federal immigration operations have put communities at risk, prompting protests in multiple cities. The protests also followed rumors about ICE activity at city warming centers, which the mayor denied earlier this week. According to ICE Houston, the agency arrested more than 3,500 undocumented individuals during the federal government shutdown from October 1st to November 12th of last year. ICE says these arrests included people convicted of murder, child sexual abuse, and gang-related offenses. What are your thoughts on this protest? Are you with the protest, or do you support Houston ICE, or think this perhaps isn't the right way to go about it? Now is the time to join us, 713-440-8870.
I guess the first thing that stands out in this story for me, and it's a continuing problem I think we're having with it, which I think more, as we talked about in the first hour, transparency would help. When they say it included murderers, child sex abusers, and gang-related offenses, I would like to see the numbers. I would like to know.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The data stinks. You can't say we had 3,500 arrests and it included some of these people without telling me how many it included.
Right. And I think we need to know that. And I think if we knew that, there's two schools of thought.
Why don't we know that?
Right. If we knew it, then we would be like, oh, we see what the work is being done. There were 3,500, 2,000 of them were murderers. Oh, that's a good thing. But if the numbers are coming out, 1 murderer, 2 abuse, well, then go after those people. Who are the rest of these? Yeah. That's the part I have trouble with, because if 3,500 people in our area were murderer, child sex abusers, and gang-related offensive people, we were in a really difficult area. The sheer numbers they're talking about that are coming out, how much violent crime is going on that we don't see.
And the other thing I think is and I want to take it just one step further in the reason it is so important when the Department of Homeland Security goes on record and says things is because we're looking at them to tell us the facts. Mm-hmm. And what's happening in Minneapolis is we have video of things. We have hard material, video, sound, and then they're telling us something different. So then we begin to ask ourselves, what is it that why are you not telling us essentially everything? We're simply asking for transparency. And these numbers, again, seem questionable.
Yeah. I believe in a democracy, you have to have trust in the people you've elected. And if you don't, then that starts to degrade your democracy and watch it crumble around you. Because if you can't believe the words they're telling you, what do you believe? And that's been a big problem with this whole situation. 713-440-8870. Jen from Clear Lake is on the line. Jen, what's on your mind today?
Well, it's like these are our rights, like whether it's carrying a gun, going to a protest, free speech. And it's the law that we have these rights. So law enforcement should be supporting us having these rights because they're there to enforce the law. They're not there to enforce some other weird thing. And Department of Homeland Security, that's ICE, we're the homeland they're supposed to be securing. They're supposed to be keeping us safe, not shooting us in the street.
Jen, thank you for calling and sharing that. I think that is a concern we have. And to go back what we've been talking about, if there was more transparency and understanding, but you often wonder when there isn't, what is actually at play? Why do we not know these numbers? Why do we not understand what's actually happening? And if we have rights, why are these rights not being reaffirmed by our security agents? Shouldn't their job be to secure the rights we have? Shouldn't they be out there saying, you have the right to protest? That's what we're protecting. But that's not what we're seeing.
And again, 713-440-8870.
I know there's a very delicate line between protesting and interfering. And I think that the ICE agents are saying these protests is interference. And when you interfere, then you are obstruction. And if you're obstructing the justice that they're there to deliver, they feel like they have the right on their side.
I would guess, though, if you went to court and were being charged with being, what was the word you used? Offensive. What was it? Interacting, when you're interacting with them. You just said it. My mind goes blank.
Interfering?
Interfering. That the punishment is not the death penalty. That's where I'm having an issue here. Somebody interferes and it's causing a problem, arrest them. Okay, if that's what you want to do, and then try them for that. To be judge and jury in the street and shooting people does not seem as though that's the way it should be.
Of course not. As I said yesterday, they have tasers.
Yeah.
Use a taser on someone if you absolutely feel threatened. Long before you would just use not just one gun, but Alex Reddy was shot at least 9, if not 10 times.
Yeah.
That is just cold-blooded murder.
Yeah. I mean,
at some point, you're not just getting the problem out of the way. After the first bullet, you're pretty much just shooting someone for the pure joy of it, because it's sick.
Well, I think we also have to, not that we have to, but it's part of the discussion that people should at least spend some time thinking about, is how the tension builds in a tight group that's out there feeling opposed. And regardless of should they be feeling opposed, but you have these agents out on the street that feel like everyone is after them. And maybe in some ways that is the reality of it. People don't want them there, especially in Minneapolis. So they feel this. So the tension is building within this tight-knit group that is continuing to feed each other's beliefs and fears. And so when an incident happens, it's that spark that then the overreaction that happens. Yes, if they thought somebody had a gun and that person got shot, what led to the 9 more shots at the person? It's that building of tension that's happening where these people are not being managed in a way that allows for de-escalation.
Well, and you have the whole problem of who these people are. These agents that have their faces covered, so you can't do any kind of a check on them. I know that the Houston Police Department is very proud of their cadets. Once they go through training, they have a big graduation. The families are there. It's like a high school or college graduation. It's important. And you know who these people are that have chosen law enforcement. These, from what I understand, a lot of these people were on January 6th and were let out, and now they were Proud Boys, and they have a very right-wing agenda, but we don't know. We don't know who they are, and they don't want us to know who they are. So that just leads to some kind of secret police that have guns and authority and the president behind them to do whatever they want. It scares the hell out of me.
I think it's going to be very interesting as we look at this, especially given that we are a news outlet, in the fact that you're going to start seeing words more like rhetoric, propaganda. People are going to say, oh, this is just what we're saying right now is simply the left agenda. ICE is doing their job and the media is winning. It's showing them being aggressive, but that there are equally people out there that are working for ICE that are doing good.
Well, the media didn't set up 2 murder scenes.
Yeah.
They didn't set that up.
We had a text that came in and said, regarding the shooting in Minneapolis, they keep talking about bringing guns to protests, but that was not a protest. Look at the footage leading up to the incident. It was just ICE harassing someone when he was passing by on his way to breakfast, legally carrying his firearm, same as every day. He just stepped in between ICE and another pedestrian to help her and try to de-escalate. Don't let the protest line distract from what's actually happening. I do want to once again clarify that the agent, if I understand correctly, was not an ICE agent, but it was an enforcement agent, but they weren't under the guidance of ICE. I don't believe.
We have some calls coming in. Carolyn, welcome to Hello Houston. What's your thought on this? Carolyn, are you there?
I'm here.
There you go.
They said to turn the radio off, so I wasn't sure what to do.
Well, thank you for doing that.
I'm okay. I am very concerned about the way ICE is behaving. But it's because the president has given.
Grand afternoon. Talk radio. I had to go to Home Depot and get some materials for my micro food forest. I'm making more of my DIY large pots, and this time I'm making more concrete pots with large pots with concrete that are 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet, the same size of my large hardwood pots, but I'm using concrete this time, and I'll probably do a video of that showing the process. I might show the whole process, probably not. I'll just show you how it looks when the pot is done. I'm taking my time. It's a journey. And as I on the way back, I'm always listening to talk radio, and as you probably figured out, as you heard the ridiculous conversations about ICE, that is probably a liberal radio station, and it is very liberal. 88.7 HD1, a liberal channel, and I love listening to talk radio. My view on ICE is I don't have a problem with ICE. I'm an American citizen. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not involved in that. It has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. I don't have a problem with what ICE is doing, getting rid of all the illegal migrants who came here illegally. A lot of them are criminals. A lot of them are committing fraud, like in Minneapolis. These Somalians are committing huge fraud. They're saying in the billions. So I don't have a problem with ICE is doing at all. I don't have a problem with ICE. You know, they are a federal law enforcement agency. I don't have a problem with them defending themselves, using deadly force if they have to, and unfortunately they had to. These, you got all these crazy liberal protesters. I don't know how these people find the time. I mean, to go. They're American citizens. Why are they even going and getting involved in ICE raids when they're American citizens? Why? Why are they even out there protesting? They're American citizens. There's no reason for them to be obstructing justice and stopping ICE from doing their jobs as American citizens. What I'm saying is a bunch of American citizens who are basically bored, don't have anything to do, who don't have, obviously they don't have no jobs, going out here, a lot of them are young, protesting, getting involved with something that has nothing to do with them as American citizens. To me, it's crazy. To me, you have a lot of crazy people out here who are American citizens who are protesting and actually getting violent with federal law enforcement agents. Why would you bring a loaded pistol as an American citizen to a ICE a nice issue where the ICE people are trying to stop illegal migrants, and you bring a loaded pistol there as an American citizen and get involved in that? What you think is going to happen? There's no common sense here with these American citizens. It's all this rioting and stuff they're doing. To me, it's ridiculous. To me, I'm on the outside looking in. To me, it's ridiculous. It don't involve American citizens, so why you out there protesting? To me, it's a bunch of bored people who don't really care about illegal migrants. You have a bunch of bored people who actually care about obstructing justice and starting problems and doing their own separate thing. That's how I look at it, you know. So, but that's my talk radio for today. I had to go get some things for my micro food forest on my journey to continue to make my own pots for my dwarf fruit trees. It's a beautiful day. I mean, it's a beautiful day out here. The temp right now it's a good temp. It's right now it's the temp according to my Tesla is 58 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun is out. The sun is out. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I'm harvesting a lot of solar and all that right now. So, you know, as we get warmer and go back to our normal temps here in southern Texas, in the Houston area, Ag Zone 989B. And from what I'm hearing now, there is a second large Arctic freeze that's going to hit, I guess, tomorrow, but it's not going to hit Texas. It's missing most of Texas, and it's hitting everything else that's east of us. Florida's going to get hit hard. All the southern states east of us are going to get hit hard again, but it's missing us. It's missing most of Texas. So for all you folks who are east of us, Florida and all that, Alabama, Atlanta, Tennessee, all you eastern states, southern states, y'all finna get hit again. But it's missing us. Thank God. But I hope you guys are ready and prepared. And you haven't recovered from this last storm, you finna get hit again. But it is missing Texas, most of Texas. So I hope you guys have a nice Wednesday. That's my talk radio for today. You know, I've got some things to work on my micro food forest journey. And from Home Depot, I listen to talk radio about this nonsense, ICE, crazy migrant protests going on that has nothing to do with me as an American citizen. I'm not in that, so I'm on the outside looking in. Not my issue, not my problem. You guys have a nice day. Grow some food your way. Stop being codependent. Be more self-reliant. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody coming to save us. I have a good Tuesday.